Did you know that there was a detachment of Russians who fought for the Japanese Army in World War II and in the Second Sino-Japanese War? Stick around and I'll tell you about it. It was called the Asano Detachment. It was part of, and I'm going to use the term that was used at the time for the name of the Army, and it is, as far as I can tell, it is still used for the name of the Army, so if you're mad at me, sorry, but that's what people are still using to call the Army, so it was called the Manchuria Imperial Army. They were a detachment of white Russians who are Russians that fled from the Bolsheviks after the Russian Civil War. They were fighting on the side of the Tsar and his forces. They lost, obviously, so they fled the communists because the communists were killing them. That's just not mince words. Anyways, for whatever reasons, they would end up joining the Imperial Army in Manchuria under Japanese rule, and they would end up fighting for Japan against China. They did serve during World War II, but they stayed in Manchuria and did not fight the Western Allies. The only people it seems they may have fought that could be considered a Western ally would be the Soviets in the border skirmishes, but from what I can tell, it really wasn't that heavy. And it seems, I could be wrong, but it seems like other detachments, other parts of the Army were more heavily involved in that than them. I'm not sure. I could be wrong. From what I can tell, I'm not sure how much they fought other Russians during that. I do know that when Russia invaded at the end of Manchuria, the Asano detachment was still active and still serving, so it's entirely possible that they fought them then. I didn't find any concrete information on it. But yeah, the Japanese Army had a detachment, not a division, of soldiers from Russia who fled the Bolsheviks after the end of the Russian Civil War, and it ended up through various means and methods and who knows, whatever reason that they had, probably their own, you never know, ended up living in Manchuria under Japanese rule, mostly in the city of Harbin in Manchuria. And for whatever reason, they wound up in the Japanese Army and ended up serving in World War II as part of the Axis, while their Russian brothers were part of the Allies, even though they did help Germany start the war in Europe. I say in Europe because the war in Asia started in 1937. Anyways, have a nice day. I'm the History Bird.